the thing about it that I was seeing everybody giving Tee crap, you know, but people don't really know the relationship that he was building with him. I brought him to my camp with D-Ham, and you know, they became friends, and they probably knew each other prior to that because Tee was at Clemson. They was playing against each other, so he already knew about him. But when I had Tee come to my camp, you know, they was kind of started to build that relationship. Like, it was cool. It was always genuine. It was never like a purposely like rivalry every time they play each other, you know. So Tee got a good head on his shoulders, and he kind of didn't take it as bad, but. Man, I just stayed on him because I know how much he felt after the game about it, and I know he was getting a lot of things on Twitter and social media, and but I know it's not his fault at all, and with all the politics and whoever is saying whatever they're saying is wrong for that. Very disrespectful, I feel like, because Tee's a human being too. You know, it could have flipped, could have been Tee. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's football at the end of the day. So, I mean, I felt for him, and he's doing good now that Hamlin's okay. So that's the biggest thing.
You mentioned playing him. Had you guys been talking the days before the game, and what were those conversations like? It sounded like you wanted to really kind of have fun with him out there. And
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was crazy because me and him was just pretty much talking the whole week, you know, because it was his first time playing against me and uniform and just being on the same field together, you know, because I didn't get to play with him in college and then come to the league, get to play, and then my other pick guy, Dane Jackson, was over there playing as well, you know, so we was really prepared, you know, and then right before we actually played, we was warming up for pregame, and I seen him, and we talked out. We told each other we loved each other, and just have a heck of a game, and we was gonna swap jerseys at the end. Then just went soft, man.
Did you give him a wink after you scored?
Mindset that's kind of shifted, and realize, obviously you guys go out there every Sunday and realize the magnitude of it. But is this kind of put it in a different perspective?
Yeah, man, it's definitely an eye opener, you know, because they say, I mean, we live and die on the field, you know, that's just a theory, you know, because how much we put into the game, you know, but for that to actually like put his life on the line for a football game, is it worth it? No, you know what I'm saying? So it just let people know, just don't take things for granted, you know, and just always be genuine, always be kind, and always respect people, because you never know when that moment could come. You know, like, I'm very happy that he's able to live through the great gestures that everybody was able to do for his foundation and just for him, period. You know, and for him to be able to surpass that tragic injury, for him to see that, you know, it's going to be very, very special for him. And I know he's gonna heal well and just take that very, very, very positively.
Was he near you when you scored? Was he near you on the field? You beat White, right?
He was watching Chase on that play days and quarters. He came down on Chase on a runner, and then I had the coach, so he wasn't really on that play. So,
if he was, what would you have said to him?
It's time to play. You know, I probably would have said a few things to him, chop out him, but man, I respect him, and I probably wouldn't talk no trash to him. Respect one another, you know. But at the same time, we love to compete. You know, it might have got a little wordy, a little fun, but never nothing serious, nothing to really make him mad or vice versa. You know, but I care for him, care about him at the end of the day.
TB, how ready do you think you guys will be emotionally to step on the field Sunday against Baltimore?
I can't really speak for everybody. For me, I think I'll be pretty fine now that, like I said, now that he's okay and he's responsive and he's talking and can feel hands and just things like that. That relieved me from everything, you know. Like you said, if I was able to play or not, I think I'd have probably still been worrying and still probably been plowing my head a little bit. But now that he's okay, I'm good to go.
Tyler, have you reached out to him at all personally or his family?
Yeah, like I said, I'm very close with his dad and his mom, and they always been to the events that I've hosted for the community and vice versa. You know, since he's gotten in the league and he's done what he had to do, I was always around, always show face, and even before that, you know, I always there for him to support him and help him along the way, man. And just going to go see him, man, with his parents, his dad was starting to feel a little better because he believed, you know, he's always around things like that. He's a tough guy, and that's how he raised his son to be. And he knew he would pull through. But his mom, on the other hand, she was never going to leave him, you know, and I'm pretty sure they didn't get any sleep. And that's just so hard because I can't even think of myself in that situation, you know, how my mom, how my family would feel, and it just hurt because for me to want to cry and other people who don't know him to have that same feeling, man, to just let you know how serious and how real that unfortunate event was.
Now that he's awake.
Photo from Instagram you posted. Is that from?
Oh, it's from my camp. Both pictures from my camp last year. You know, he's been to every single camp I hosted. He helped every camp. You know, anything I ever done in the community, he's always the first one there, man. And he's not even like my initial friend group, like grew up with me wise. He always, like he was just that guy that always took the advice from me, and when he made it, he never turned into his own course. He still always leaned on me and other guys to figure out what's the next step after year 1, year 2, year 3. You know, he never got complacent. You know, he's never afraid to ask, and he's never afraid to kind of follow through somebody else's path until he figure out his own.